Right, what organization are we with?
I'm with Frontline Radio, and I'm independent out of Fresno, California.
I think you started generalizations first, actually.
Well, no.
Yeah, you did. You said everyone here.
That's what
Those
I
are
would
your
like to agree.
generalizations.
No,
That's
everyone
all
here
she was
that's
saying.
trying to shut down speech. Yes.
Well, you're
All the
clarifying
people-
yourself. Now that you're clarifying, it's
No,
not a
that's what I said. I
generalization.
said she might not be, but
Okay.
all of those BAM,
Pro freedom of
Antifa,
speech.
they're anti-American,
And those are-
anti-free speech.
Antifa is a generalization as well. You can't.
Well, they're an organization.
They
show up
the
with
people
masks
that,
on
that
faces
cover
and
their
weapons.
faces
Black
with
bloc
masks.
is a technique. It's
the
not an
people,
organization.
the black
Come
bloc,
on.
whatever.
Oh,
I mean,
come
come
on.
on. Yeah, you just
Are
can't be honest.
those aren't an organization? They're just guys who all have to be
It's a
dressed the same?
fraternal, yeah, it's a fraternal
they're all dressed
brotherhood.
the same.
Dressing the same means that you're part of a club. Or
When you
an
carry a
organization?
sign that says Antifa,
So you have a Donald Trump hat
Do you
on.
wanna
Does
have a
that mean that
conversation or
everything
not?
Donald Trump does is something that you agree
Hold
with? All the violence on right-wingers towards left-wingers at Donald Trump rallies, that means you're a part of it. If you're saying that a uniform means solidarity in thinking.
I haven't seen anybody with this hat on perform violence other than defending themselves.
No, I certainly have.
You have.
Yeah, there's videos
We
all over
haven't.
the internet.
All right, hold on a second. I'd like to have a conversation with you, but
Absolutely.
you have to listen to me as well.
I'm listening.
Okay, yeah. So
Please.
Antifa does show up and attack people with deadly weapons. That's happened in some videos.
Sure, absolutely.
And we're
It's
saying,
happened to
hold
me.
on, hold on.
That's
Okay,
my
okay.
sign. That's,
Yeah,
where,
okay.
that's where my head,
Okay, and
the stitches on my head came from.
okay,
That
wait, hold
sucks,
on. And
and
what
I'm
we're
very
saying
sorry
is,
to hear about that.
where I'm saying is, I'm pro. Do you want to have a conversation?
I do.
Okay, I'm pro free speech and pro peaceful assembly. And are you pro free speech and peaceful assembly?
Absolutely. I
All
was
right,
the one
we
with.
can agree on
I was
something.
the one with the bullhorn earlier,
hold on.
letting the people
All
on the
right,
left and the
all
right
right.
talk.
Handshake. I love
Excellent. We agreed on something. Excellent. I love it. And this.
Why
I
wouldn't
think,
we?
Well, I'm just saying I don't see people trying to do this, so I'm trying to do it.
Okay.
So I think this is what's going to have America work: is if we actually talk to each other and actually look for things to agree on.
So now
Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Okay,
So-
cool, excellent.
But so regarding your cut, I don't have a cut as big as yours, but I was thrown over a table by Donald Trump supporters and his security
And that
detail.
shouldn't happen. Well, what
I'm
were
sorry
you?
to
What were
hear
you
that.
doing though? Were you
sorry to
doing
hear that.
anything
No,
that?
I was as a journalist asking
Okay.
a question.
And you shouldn't.
Well, I'm sorry
that
to hear
shouldn't
that.
happen.
And we're sorry to hear that. Yeah.
I don't support violence on any side. I don't support it on.
Yeah.
Now I do believe in
Right.
self-defense.
But that uniform thing, you're saying with the uniforms,
Well, people do
everyone
behave
wears
as
a
a group.
uniform,
Yeah,
then,
hold on.
then
Yeah,
you're behind that.
hold
You're,
on a
you're a
but
Trumper.
when you,
What you're
you
saying is
can't
that
be.
people-
You can't say that the groups
I'm
that come
using
out,
your logic.
the black bloc that goes out covering their face to do violence.
Yeah,
They do.
That's a group.
And,
They do.
And when I went to
If-
Trump rallies, I can say I do passionately.
No, but you know
and
that's
they did,
true.
And
You
they
know
did.
that's true.
right.
You know that's true. The black bloc intends to do violence, and they intend to try to get away with it. They do.
I don't think all of
They
them do, just as I don't think all
Yeah,
Donald
no, you're
Trump
right.
supporters
You're
do.
right.
Wear masks.
Yeah, you're right.
Wear masks.
Some of them show up just to be just to be fill-ins. There are the ones that do violence. They have tactics. So this is what they do. They come in, they hit you. This is what happened to me. So they hit you, punch you in the mouth, and then they run away. And then another guy hits you in the ear, and then they run away.
And that's
then another
reprehensible.
guy hits you in the head, and then they run away.
It's reprehensible.
It is. But as an organization, they are intending to do violence. They're intending to undermine
Not
this
an
country.
organization. That's all I'm
Hold
saying.
on, so that's
Okay,
not-
okay. By any means,
Just like
by any means
I'd
necessary.
say less. I'd say less so than Donald Trump's "Make America Great Again"
Well,
pact.
humans-
Right?
humans
That's
have
that's a
organizations,
legitimate
Well, we would have a
organization
difference
with a
of
301c4,
We
right?
would have a difference of opinion. But I do love having a conversation.
All right.
And see, I would rather be out here with you and have a conversation with you.
I'll flip mine.
And then the crazy that just try to shut me down and kick me and the people on the right or the left that try to shut people down that they disagree with their opinions on, I stand against them. I stand against the KKK. I stand against white supremacists. I also stand against brown supremacists, black supremacists, anyone who divides based on color. I stand against it. We should be judged on the content of our character.
You think Trump does that also?
No, I don't. I think he supports America.
He couldn't condemn Charlottesville in a very reasonable amount of time.
He did.
When asked about the
But
KKK, he said, "I don't know the KKK." I
He
don't know
did, but he also
It took him 5 minutes to
Hang on.
acknowledge it.
He did. Sorry, I didn't mean to yell. I didn't mean to yell. He did. Hang on. He did, but he also vilified Antifa that showed up to do violence. There wouldn't have been violence there had Antifa not showed
You're
up.
making
to
a
do it.
statement of totality. You said that you don't agree with anyone who divides based on race, and Donald Trump is doing that.
No, he's not. He's not. I mean, we could disagree.
He's
on
intentionally doing so. Even
No, he's
Stormfront, a
not.
neo-Nazi website,
No, he's not.
said that by delaying and not giving a good answer on Charlottesville, that he was acknowledging
No,
that
it's just
there was
BS.
a bell
It's
whistle.
media. That's media
Dog
BS.
whistle.
He condemned the KKK and he condemned Antifa and Black Lives Matter that came there to do violence.
He always intentionally waits, and that's what the neo-Nazis want.
You would
they say that's their
would you
dog
rather
whistle.
have him jump to conclusions?
He jumps
I mean,
to
when it
conclusions
first
on
happened-
everything else, except if it's one of these things where white nationalists are involved.
So you support him
And-
when he jumps to conclusions on the other parts, but not on
Absolutely
this
not.
one.
I don't support him
Okay.
on much of anything.
So
but-
you'd rather him wait. So you're saying you supported him waiting but you didn't support him.
I would support him waiting on everything across the board. But when you see that he only waits on issues like Charlottesville, it says to me that he's got an agenda and he's making dog whistles to the neo-Nazis.
I don't think so. I mean, again, we can agree to disagree.
Are you familiar with Stormfront at least? Are you familiar?
I know the name, but I don't follow.
So look that one up because their leaders are saying that these are the dog whistles that they're wanting to hear. That Trump did the right thing by waiting because it was acknowledging
So
to
if
them.
if a white supremacist says somebody does the right thing, then that person is wrong automatically? I mean, you're condemning him for something that a white supremacist said that they liked. I mean, that's...
Well, I mean, if you want to get into it...
That's a false equivalency.
Okay, fine. Then forget about that. If you want to get into his racially discriminatory practices in the 1970s, the very first time he was in the New York Times was for discriminating against minorities.
He also got awards from the NAACP for diversity when he was a business owner. I mean, you can't just pick and choose the things you like and you don't like. My whole point, but get back to the point today, I stand against the violent left.
You were speaking in totality, so...
But the reason I'm out here is we have the right to free speech. Is Milo... So we weren't out here... I have a hat that supports Trump, but it more supports America. I was out here supporting Milo. I don't agree with everything Milo stands for. I don't agree with homosexuality. I think it's a sin. But he has the right to live however he wants. I'm a Christian, yep.
Okay. Do you know that Donald Trump is not very good with the Bible?
Guess what? I'm not perfect either. I won't be perfect until I get to heaven. There's only one perfect person.
Of the Bible.
I haven't seen that.
So I'll share the video. Go to my YouTube channel.
Christ was the only perfect man that ever lived.
So Donald Trump called on me.
My phone's getting a little hot though.
Okay.
I'm getting in the shade
He
here.
called on me to do a Bible quote at one of his rallies.
Who did?
Donald Trump.
Okay.
And so
he called on you to do a Bible quote at one of his rallies?
Yes, he personally called on me.
Okay.
And so what I quoted was 1 Timothy 3, 1-7. It's noble to seek the office of overseer, but he who does should be above reproach, sober-minded, not quarrelsome, married only once, and not a lover of money. Then he blew it off and said, "Oh boy, am I trouble. Boy, am I in trouble." He doesn't care about the Bible. He's not a good Christian.
So joking about it, you're saying he's...
It's not a
I
joke.
don't know. I mean that's... We can... again, he's not perfect.
A lot of down Christians, pastors.
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Oh, wait, that's just...
They do.
You want to have anything? You have anything to say? I know I saw you shaking your head about it.
All right. Well, hey.
No, and they know.
It was nice talking to you.
Yeah, you too. I'm willing to have a conversation.
These guys are definitely looking at us, huh? It's all good. We're friends here. I mean, we're not friends, but we're speaking nicely. I'm an independent documentarian.
What? He puts America first. We should put America first. We should support our
I am Chinese. I'm a woman. I'm a real woman. And I'm not a misogynist or racist, but I guess by your definition,
I want to see this guy right here. Let's...
These guys protect your free speech. Okay, have a great day. Jesus loves you.
What's your name again?
Ben Berkeley. I'm with Frontline Radio out of Fresno, California.
Okay.
His last name spelling is Bergquan. What's your name, brother?
Rod Weber. RODWEBBER.
Rod Weber. It's good having a conversation. I know.
Absolutely.
We will probably disagree on many things, but we should be able to have that conversation.
The hat is the first indicator, but...
Yeah, well, and again, I wear it somewhat provocatively.
What is that about? Why do you want to be provocative? I don't get it.
Sometimes it starts a conversation. So, again, I support our president. I don't agree with everything he does, but I support our president. Just like Milo. Again, there's a lot that Milo says that I don't agree with, but I support his right to free speech to be here. I don't support the people. I don't support having to have this many law enforcement out here to protect us from the radical left.
All right, so do you believe in cultural Marxism?
They are cultural Marxists. Yeah,
right. So if you believe in cultural Marxism, then you're saying...
I don't support cultural
No, I understand that.
Yeah.
But if you believe in that theory, then you would believe that none of the people here want to speak. So your statement about trying to get people to speak through the hat,
they don't.
You know it's going to shut them down according to your own belief.
Well, I know most of them won't speak. Yeah, no, you're right. But people like you will bring their cameras to me because it is somewhat provocative. You follow the provocateur, right? So like the media, it's somewhat of a way to get some attention. I obviously want to have my point heard, and so having the hat on helps position where I'm at. So I don't expect most of them to have a conversation, but rational people like you, we can. And you can see past this, and you don't just automatically say that I'm a white supremacist because I'm wearing this hat, which I'm not.
I didn't say you were.
I know. I appreciate you.
You are white. That makes you
I'm automatically. Well, it's funny because they even call I've got Marco Gutierrez. He's Hispanic. Will Johnson. He's black. Harim Yazil. He's Hispanic. And they're calling them white supremacists. I mean, that's the insanity of the left.
I think
hey, there's my girl. How you doing, man? We had a good conversation though, kinda. You were the first one to actually have a little bit of a conversation. I appreciate that. Even though we disagree on much, I appreciate you willing to talk to me.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't call people Hispanic. You probably shouldn't say, and just so you understand, just because.
Is Hispanic a derogatory term?
For a lot of people, it's a blanket term. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of. Yeah,
Never heard that before.
It's a white identifying word.
You're right. I would rather just call people American.
Call me Chinese.
Like if you're like the whole term African. Hang on.
No, that's easy for a white man to say because you don't have a culture. But people that are black
I don't.
Or no,
Norwegian isn't a culture.
Well, then go to Norway and talk
Right?
about it.
No, but I'm not a Norwegian American. Just like most people that call themselves African Americans aren't African Americans because they've never been to Africa. I don't consider myself a Norwegian American just because my heritage comes from Norway. I'm an American. If I'm an American, I'm American. Like I hate the whole term. I hate the left divides based on race. We're African American, Hispanic American, Latino American.
People, I identify as Mexican American, and I'm proud of that. And I don't want my culture erased just for the sake of making white people feel comfortable, like they're solidarity.
Who wants to erase your culture?
I'm not talking to you.
But who wants to erase your culture?
We're all Americans.
Okay.
Americans.
Erasing my culture, Arizona had an ethnic studies ban that was trying to basically legislatively get rid of any type of
I love
teaching
these
about
single examples that obviously nobody has read up on, like this arbitrary.
You asked for it.
I know, but how am I supposed to? I know.
Yeah, you're using talking black. Okay, so this case went to the Supreme Court,
Okay.
and it was ruled unconstitutional that they were preventing Mexican Americans from having their own.
You mean Americans that have Mexican heritage? I'm just messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Shit like that, it's just, no, but do you see? No, for you it's messing with someone. For me, it's offensive and it's rude and it's.
I think we've become.
But you don't care about my feelings,
because it's
right?
literally disrespecting our existence.
No.
So you're going to
You're assuming that.
all the time.
Yeah,
It's
I'm tired of the perpetual.
It's saying that-
Hang on.
hold on,
I'm tired of the
talking-
perpetual
I'm talking
victimization.
here. Are you gonna let me talk?
Go ahead.
It's literally saying that your culture is not good enough.
No, it's not.
In this country,
It's not.
We
you may
are
be, You may be
American.
interpreting it that way, but I'm not saying that.
and it's saying that my culture as a Mexican American, as somebody whose grandparents literally came here and had Spanish beaten out of them by schools.
Which was
it's
wrong.
saying that is the best way to do things.
I send my kids to Chinese school on my own.
Yeah, there's
Cops are leaving.
There's probably a lot to do with
Because
agree
there's
with.
the pride. There's
But-
the pride there.
Stage right.
Anyways, my whole point was I appreciate you talking to me, and I didn't mean to offend you.
I just suggest you read up on the history of the United States and
I
how much
do.
land was confiscated from Mexico and how many individuals under the Treaty
Yeah,
of
how much was sold?
Let me finish.
How much was sold?
Well, no, under the Treaty of Guadalupe,
Yeah, it
Hidalgo
was
was
sold.
guaranteeing rights to Mexicans, okay? So I think you need to understand the history of even California as a state
Yeah,
and
I
how
do.
it was obtained. I don't know. I think you need to, there's several versions
Do
that are
you?
taught.
But do you believe? Are you supportive of giving, or do you think California still belongs to Mexico, like La Raza and Brown Berets and some of these?
That's not what La Raza stands for. They stand for
But you agree they're a racist group?
No.
They are. They support the name, the race is it's dividing by the race.
Cultural identity. So you're one of those guys that's completely against multiculturalism, and then under the false
I'm
premise,
all-
you assert that it's racist because people want to have pride over
If
their
you claim
heritage.
if you claim that white supremacists are racist, then brown supremacists have to be racist too.
La Raza is
Brown
not brown
supremacists
supremacy.
only exist in a world where brown people have been put in power.
No, that's such a
That is how it
false
works.
argument. No.
That is how
So
it
you're saying
works.
in Mexico only
That is how it
Mexicans can
works.
be racist? Are you saying in Mexico only Mexicans? So if I go to Mexico, I can't be racist
Who
because I'm not.
invaded Mexico?
Hang on. If your argument is that
invaded Mexico?
only people in power
Because
can be
even in
racist,
Mexico,
then when I go to
there's
Mexico,
still
I can't
a
be racist.
preference
All of a sudden I cross
for
that border.
light-skinned people.
That's
And
an
that is what
insane
white
argument.
supremacy is.
Racism, hang on. Racism is based on dividing on race. It doesn't matter what color you are. If you're Hispanic,
Based on power.
no, it's not. So,
Yes, it
so you're
is.
saying when I go to Mexico, I can't be racist.
I
So in
didn't say
Mexico-
that. You said that.
No,
I said racism
in Mexico,
is based on
in Mexico,
power.
if
It's based
in
on
Mexico,
you guys being in
in
power.
Mexico,
You're cutting him off.
he's cutting me off. In Mexico,
You're making a solid point.
and I am too. So when I go to Mexico, can I not be racist? Because Mexicans control the power structure.
That's okay. That's an illegitimate
It's the
argument.
exact
No, it's not.
same thing.
No, it is not.
It is
That's
not
an
exactly.
It is. You guys aren't willing to have it. You guys aren't willing to have a. You're not willing to have a rational. You don't agree.
It is
Yeah,
rational.
because
Let's
you won't
talk
admit
about white
what's obvious.
power.
No,
So when I go to
who
Africa,
controls the
if I go to
dominant hegemonic culture, white folks,
oh, hegemonic.
Eurocentric, yeah, hegemonic. Oh, big words that I don't know how to pronounce.
I'm so tired of this.
Sorry.
Hold Parts
this
of Mexico
leftist
are
and-
literally
You're so
shaped
tired of it?
for tourists,
Why-
white tourists,
Yeah. Yeah,
to
that's free
be
market.
treated preferentially there.
That's free market. If the hotels down there want to treat somebody some
But
way,